So, for those of you who want to explore, I'm using a card from conscious communication today. And it's a skill that, for me, had probably the most impact of any of the integrity skills. And so, I want to first just show you, I'm going to just show you here before we pull up the card. I'd like you to just tune into this card. And let your body just respond to what you're seeing, how that is impacting you. And then I want you to just go ahead and close your eyes so you can just take this in. I commit to reveal and not conceal by expressing my authentic experiences, even under duress. Whew, that's a big load. It's a lot condensed into that little sentence. So now I'm going to read the question. Again, just let your body respond. How freely can I choose revealing over concealing? How freely? You mean it's free? It doesn't cost? How freely can I choose revealing over concealing? So for a moment, Michelle, let's go ahead and bring the PDF up. Revealing versus concealing created the most important shift for me in my relationship, not only with gay, but with my own aliveness, with my own creativity, my relationship with myself. And concealing, I would say, causes more distress and more difficulty in the world than any other decision that we make. If you look at any kind of drama, whether that's a drama in your own life or whether it's a theatrical drama, a drama is always run by concealing. The issue is always that somebody has a secret, or somebody's have a secret, or somebody have concealed, and other people are trying to get them to reveal. And the drama is, are they going to reveal, or are they going to continue concealing? And if you look all the way back to Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet is run by concealing. I really invite you to consider that all dramas in your life are run by concealing, and that your aliveness can be impacted more by revealing than by any other choice that you could make. So I'd like you to notice, take a moment and notice something that is going on in you. It could be a feeling that you have, or there's something that's happened that uh, you haven't completed your communication about it. So just notice a communication inside that you have not made. There's a communication that's wanting to be made. It could be, and you could think, oh, it's not really important. You know, like somebody was supposed to meet you for lunch, or they were supposed to get on a Zoom call with you, and they didn't do it. And you have an incomplete communication, but you're going to let it go because that there's a person I'm sure they didn't really mean to. So when you don't reveal, you make excuses. But here's what happens when you have something to reveal and you don't reveal it, then it doesn't go away. It just turns inward and it starts blocking up. We were talking about the river of flow this morning and how shifting your attention creates aliveness and circulation. Well, concealing is the main way that you dam up that flow of aliveness in you. So another way to try this out is to start to say, I'd like you to start a sentence. I'm feeling, and then start to say something and then stop yourself. So try that on for a moment. So start to say something, start it coming out your mouth, and then stop it. And then notice what you need to do in you to stop it and what that does to your aliveness. I even start to get a headache when I start doing that. So notice a lot of the symptoms that you may be experiencing in your body are symptoms of concealing. So now let yourself go ahead and complete that sentence. So right now I'm feeling, so not right now I'm feeling a little bit of pressure on the sides of my head. And I can feel the flow of aliveness starting up again while I say that. And I also can feel that the next thing that I want to say comes much more easily now that I have completed sharing. So the question, how freely can I choose revealing over concealing, is something I returned to, I would say, several hundred times. And the commitment, I commit to reveal and not conceal. Just that one. I commit to reveal. Just that. I commit to reveal. And then I recommit to reveal. So I invite you right now, if you have something to write with, I'd like you to write down with your non dominant hand, I commit to reveal. And then underneath that, I commit to recommit to reveal. I'm willing to recommit. How many times am I willing to recommit? Well, whatever it takes. And the advanced part of I commit to reveal and not conceal by expressing my authentic experience, that little phrase underneath there, even under duress, that's the acid test. That's when, like, oh, somebody's going to get mad at me if I really say this, or uh, I'll just wait and see when it's the right time. So some of the reasons that, or they're not ready, or I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, or I'm going to wait until everything else is cleared up, which of course it never is. So here's the big benefit. We can come back to the big group now. Here's the big benefit of revealing is that you clean the pipes. You're not clogged up inside. You're ready to connect. You're ready to let your creativity come through. You're ready to play. You also can see the opportunities because when you're concealing, you're not in the game. So if you think of the game of jump rope, which we used to play as kids. I don't know if people do that anymore, but it's a wonderful skill for timing and for connection. So you got a jump rope going and you're looking at, okay, when's the time to come in? When's the time to come in? So if you're completely free inside, your timing gets really exquisite. You're in the right place at the right time. You can initiate, you can say something right then that makes a difference for you and others. But if you're concealing, what I find with concealing is that my timing gets clunky. I miss the opening. I miss something that would allow me to connect and deepen my relationship with another person or with life in general. So the big fear that people have about revealing is that I'm going to get in trouble. And notice what the trouble that you probably got into by revealing. Because as a kid, I got in trouble because I could see what was going on, and I would say something like to my mother, like, "Hey, mom, how come Mrs. Hall is so angry all the time?" And she'd go, "Oh, never say that. Don't ever say that to Mrs. Hall." And so I ran into the social, if you can't say something nice, just don't say anything. And the problem with that is that if you push it down, like Berna was just doing that gesture of pushing it down, it doesn't go away. It goes inside and it clogs up your own aliveness. And it also comes out, yes, it comes out in other ways. So if you found yourself getting awkward or sabotaging or having somebody get mad at you for seeming like it doesn't make any sense to you, at the root of that is almost always something that is true. That is, it's something you're experiencing that you have withheld. And so, if you want to jumpstart your aliveness big time, this particular skill is your rocket ride to more aliveness. So, the other thing that it says here, by expressing my authentic experience. So, it doesn't say by arguing about theory or who's right. It's by expressing what I'm actually experiencing. And so rather than trying to find the truth with the big T, if I just say, oh, I'm feeling jangly and sort of not in myself right now, that's sharing my authentic experience. And the other thing is, I don't know if you were a packager, but I definitely grew up to be a packager. Like if something's going on, I go away and I figure out what it is and I get it all nicely packaged. And then I deliver the package, which is then completely separate from my actual experience in the moment. And when I started to let myself get more raw and more awkward, like I have something going on, I don't know what it is. But what I'm noticing is I feel it's kind of, and I started using more of my expression rather than trying to get the perfect words. I began to feel not only more flow, but more creativity, more initiation, more right timing. So the benefits are just enormous. Now the cost is that your authenticity is not going to please everybody. And that was one of the big reasons that you started concealing in the first place is getting that attached with how people were going to respond to you. So, would you be willing to value your revealing over whatever the response is? Would you be willing to appreciate, value, and love your own authenticity more than you do being liked? Because this will also lead you into the big letting go of your need for approval and disapproval from others. What I found is I was sharing my authentic experience, that it opened up a loving of me, that I regained respect for me because I wasn't cheating myself by, hiding and putting on a good face. So the aliveness became so much more important to me than how people were responding to me because I'm showing up as me. And when you show up as who you really are, then the people who have just been waiting to go, oh, there you are, will come to meet you. And you can form relationships based on authenticity, both yours and others, and that shared flow of aliveness. But this one is it's a little bit of an earthquake. So wanted to bring it in for those of you you're ready for the big challenge of, yeah, of creating a new foundation for yourself, which is how we're going to be using these cards in the upcoming Reweaving the World class that I'm going to be starting in June. And so would you put the flyer up, Michelle, if you haven't done that already? So thanks. So that those of you who don't know about that yet can download that or copy it. So, because I'm very excited about this, and we're going to be taking a whole year to create a new foundation for the new structures that we want to create in the world that's rather frayed right now. So, in the meantime, thank you so much for for sharing this time and for sharing yourself. And hmm, just shifting your awareness and being willing to just say something that's true and seeing how that impacts your aliveness. All right. So I'm going to say farewell for now, and you're welcome to stay on the call and chat and express with each other. And mwah, until next time.